So it was worth it, but now we have a 1,600-mile drive to make in hopefully 2 days. Can we do it?
We need to stop and get something to eat, but then we need to, yes.
And I think I know where I'm going. One of my favorites.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Never had. I know there's a lot of scare stories out there and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that kind of stuff doesn't happen, but
Pulled over around 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 6:30 in the morning. We still got an 18-hour drive, and my tooth is killing me. I am in so much pain. It's been bothering me for about a month now. But do me a favor, if you can let them know when it comes to the pressure washers, be very careful around the vents. Don't spray into the vents because it could cause, some problems.
welcome back, Getaway Nation. In this week's video, we find ourselves in a peculiar situation. We need to get back to home base in Maryland as we're wrapping up our trip of a lifetime. But we make a few stops before we head home. First stop, the Sandy Riverfront RV Resort, a beautiful resort conveniently nestled in the town of Troutdale, Oregon. While there, we meet our friends Jerry and Teresa from Happy Place Diaries, who were kind enough to give us a tour of Troutdale and the surrounding areas. We topped it off with a stop at Multnomah Falls, located on Multnomah Creek in the Columbia River Gorge. Multnomah Falls is one of the tallest year-round waterfalls in the United States and is the most visited natural recreation site in the Pacific Northwest. From there, we moved south into Northern California, where we stayed at the Redwood Meadows RV Resort in Crescent City, California. We caught up on some much-needed maintenance on the RV. We took a short drive down 101 to the Prairie Creek Redwood State Park and explored the area, and the redwoods were a sight to see. After a relaxing evening enjoying a long overdue campfire, it was time to head out for a 3,000-mile journey back home. But first, we had some interesting stops to make along the way, with one stop that was oh so important for Katrina. Good morning, Getaway Nation. Katrina and I are making our way back to home base in Maryland, but we got a stop to make in Colorado Springs. After a 10-hour drive, we stopped in Winnemucca, Nevada. Spent the night someplace we've never stayed before. Never spent the night here. Very nice, surprisingly quiet, even though we're right next to the interstate and we're at a truck stop. We spent the night, there it is, at a Pilot J. We stayed in an area, in a parking area. We didn't stay in the truck spots. We would never do that. Too much love and respect for the truckers, and we don't want to do anything to interfere with the truck driver getting their rest. But there's a space in between the Pilot J and the McDonald's. Let me show you right here. This fella spent the night last night as well, but there's the McDonald's over there, and there is the Pilot J. So you had this parking area in between the two, and there's a sign over there that says a 2-hour parking at max. Now, when I went into the app on iOverlander, had a few people say they spent the night here, no issues. So the sign can throw you off, but I figured I'm just gonna go inside to the Pilot J, and I'm gonna ask them. Went inside, they said, no problem, you'll be fine, just make sure you stay out of the way, you don't block anyone, and you're gonna be okay. So I got a good night's sleep. Katrina, not so much. She had a hard time sleeping, but it got to probably in the 50s here. So we opened up the windows, had a nice cool evening, not that noisy. So we got about another 10-hour drive today, and then we should get to Colorado Springs tomorrow. Don't know where we're gonna stay, don't really care, because we know we'll figure it out. That's part of the excitement. But I got my coffee from Pilot J, Flying J, which was better coffee than what I expected. But there he is, as he always does, as you guys know. He's sitting there waiting for me. It's hard to believe that this trip of a lifetime is coming to an end, but c'est la vie. Good morning, Getaway Nation. Well, it was another glorious night, boondocking, if you will, at the Walmart here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Plenty of RVs here overnight. I know some of you who may not be familiar with parking at a Walmart overnight, mooch docking or boondocking overnight at a Walmart. You probably have your concerns and your issues, and rightfully so. Katrina and I have been doing it for probably 8 years since we started part-timing into full-timing. We've never had an issue with the Walmart, ever. That's not to say you never will, but I still think the odds are in your favor that nothing's gonna happen. And actually, we've never had an issue, period, whether it was a Walmart or a Cracker Barrel or a Cabela's, all the usual places that you're looking to stay for a night. Never had. I know there's a lot of scare stories out there and all that stuff, and I'm not saying that kind of stuff doesn't happen, but the odds are it's not going to happen. You could be fine. We'll roll out. As you can see, look around in Rock Springs. Rock Springs has just about everything you would need, so it's a good location to stop and get some fuel, get something to eat, stock up. So there's plenty here for you if you're looking for something, if you need something. I'll put the Star Lake away and we will roll out. We're making our way down to Colorado Springs, and we stopped to get some fuel, but right across the street was a Blue Beacon. So we're going to run this rig, this old gal, we're going to take her through Blue Beacon.
Gal.
This thing hasn't been washed since before we crossed over into Canada, and I've been trying to. So we're like, you know what? Let's see what kind of job Blue Beacon can do. When I get a chance, I'll walk around and I'll show you the outside and how dirty it is. The only thing that worries me is the vents to the heater, refrigerator. So I'll need to let them know, don't take the pressure washer and blow it in those areas, because from what I understand, it can cause problems. So I don't want to take that chance.
We don't need that, no.
No. And we got some time to kill. We got a few more hours before we get to Colorado Springs. We don't know where we're going to stay tonight, do we?
Nope.
We don't know.
It's fine.
No plan.
We've had no
plan.
issues. We're
Yes.
good.
All right. Let me jump out here and see if I can't show you. I'll show you. Or now, well, you can see it, but she's pretty bad shape. That whole area out there hasn't been cleaned. And of course, your standard bug splatter. Take a look at that. We love Blue Beacon. We've been here many times over the years. So it's not uncommon for RVers to come in here and get their RVs washed, so you guys can do that. Well, I'm gonna also let them use the brushes. I won't do brushes on the Class A diesel pusher, but on this one, I'm not worried about it. Okay. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome. We want to get your trailer scrubbed down today?
Yeah. Do me a favor. If you can let them know when it comes to the pressure washers, be very careful around the vents. Don't spray into the vents, because it could cause, some problems.
All right. First time for this guy at the Blue Beacon. Oh my gosh, did you put the windows up back there?
You already did that. You took care of that. Katrina was on top of that. I forgot. But Katrina did. She handled it.
I'm kidding.
And this is easy. Much easier than me going to a car wash, because I don't have a 4 to 6 foot ladder to get up and get the tough spots. So we're gonna see
Hello.
We'll also find out what the wash is on this one. We don't know. We don't have no.
Do you mean the cost?
The cost. Yes,
Gotcha.
the cost. He's being good.
Tucker?
He's watching. He's wondering what they're doing.
And we're done.
Let's take a look at what they did here. Ooh-wee. Goodness, look at that. Look at that, guys. Much nicer. Wow. They did a fantastic job. Did I lose any stickers on the back? Nope. We're looking good. Tires, rims. Okay, they did a pretty good job for 54 bucks. This is probably the cleanest it's been since we picked it up when we bought it used.
Yeah.
So well worth it. 54 bucks, 25-foot rig.
And well worth, I don't have to hear Chris complaining about it anymore.
I don't like a dirty rig, inside or out. I'm not a fan. Once again, Blue Beacon comes through for us. We're very happy with it. Tucker, you approve?
I don't care.
Look,
Just
look,
please
look.
let me go somewhere.
That's so cute.
Okay, all right. Come on, you gotta get down. You gotta get down. We gotta go, buddy. Just keep looking. You'll look. You'll figure it out. We were riding around today. We spent the night at the Bass Pro Shop, and here in Colorado Springs, right off the interstate. We're going to stay there again tonight, but we went out today to take care of some things, get some things done. One of the things we had to do was get an oil change, and I found a place to fill up some water, a Flying J, and they have a water spigot available. It doesn't say it's not potable, so I'm going to assume it's potable. So the freshwater tank is full. And you should be able to read the propane when you push the button for tanks. You'll see it. It'll say LP. It's full, so we're good on propane. That worked out nice. So if you're in town, in Colorado Springs, maybe you're boondocking or you need to fill up, the Pilot J right here off the interstate in Colorado Springs has a water. Yeah, there's nothing that says it's not potable. Now, the game plan is we got a full tank of water, which is about 26 gallons. We'll both take a shower tonight, and then we move on to the Harvest Host. We'll dump. And there's a campground up the road. I think it costs 10 bucks to dump the tanks. One thing I forgot to mention, and then I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention this, the water is free. No fee at all. We did go over and fill up the RV with some fuel, but that's another thing that's nice. And the water pressure was very good, so we filled it up in a matter of minutes. So for those of you who are looking for water, stop by here. Got a large water tank. You can fill it up in no time at all. So I think we're going to head back over to the Bass Pro, maybe run a few more errands, and then go back to the Bass Pro for another one. We looked for a dump station in the area. There really wasn't any, there weren't any dump stations we could find, but I did find a campground close by. Asked them if I could use their dump station. They said sure, but $10 to use their dump station. So we'll,
fine with us.
Yeah, that's great. It works out fine. So we'll go over here and we'll dump our tanks. We'll go back to the Flying J and fill up some water again because we took showers last night. And then that will get us through our journey home. The next 2 nights at the Harvest Host,
Yes.
and then our journey home. Good afternoon, Getaway Nation. Whew, it's getting warm out here, which is something we didn't really experience much while we were in Alaska. We're getting ready to roll out. We're heading back to home base. We spent the last 2 nights at a Harvest Host in downtown Colorado Springs, the Mash Mechanics Brewery. It's a nice little brewery. The first night, we met Ken with the Roadsmiths, hung out, talked, got a chance to catch up. The second night, we didn't do anything but stay in the RV and work. They had a great barbecue truck. Food was fantastic. This Harvest Host is a little bit different than most of the Harvest Hosts we stayed at, in that they only allow a 25-foot max rig to stay here. And if you came over here and you see it, I'll show you some of the video. You'll know why. There's just really no room for anything bigger than that because you park in a single space. We're gonna take Katrina over. The reason we're staying in Colorado Springs, we had to stay, because Katrina had a hair appointment, so she's got to get her hair done. And as soon as she's done, we're beelining it back to Maryland to get back and try to take care of some things and regroup, because next year, starting in January, we got a lot of things going on. So we're gonna take the time to go home, decompress, spend some time with family, try to take care of some business. Once again, our home base is not a home, it's not a house, it's just a property where we have a pedestal hooked up there. For you guys, if you're unfamiliar, I'll put a link above. You can check out that video. It's gonna be interesting. It's about a day's drive. So you figure, I think it's about 1,600 miles from here to back to Maryland. We're gonna try to drive straight through and see what happens. And that's one of the things that we like about having this RV, is that it's a much easier drive for us, so we could take turns. Much easier to go back and forth. So we're going to take Katrina over to the hairdresser, and then maybe if she lets us, we'll see what happens. I don't know if she will or not. We'll see what happens.
One eternity later.
It's been 3 hours. Let's see what she's got here. It's been 3 hours. 3 hours.
Don't tape me until I fix it.
Oh, she's got to fix it. I can't tape her until she fixes it. So
Well, you don't have to say that. It's okay.
there's nothing wrong with saying that. It's okay. So let's give her a minute, and then we'll find out what's going on. Look. Ta-da!
We're done.
I was ready 3 hours ago.
Well, it's a little darker than I usually get it.
I like it.
But we're going into fall. I have no more gray. She literally went and got every bit of gray out from underneath. And then it'll lighten up a little bit. I like when I style it better, but you know what? It's like anything else. It's all good. It's all good.
So I guess
I'm happy. It's
Well,
all
look.
done. And I got like 4 inches taken off. So now it's like all healthy. No split ends.
there's your beauty OEG tip of the day. So it was worth going out of the way and waiting 3-4 days for, so because it looks fantastic. I love the way it looks, and I also really love the color.
Thank you.
So yeah, so it was worth it. But now we have a 1,600-mile drive to make in hopefully 2 days. Can we
go.
do it?
We need to stop and get something to eat, but then we need to, yes.
And I think I know where I'm going. One of my favorites.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, we know what time it is. Pup cup time. And this time there's a biscuit in there, or a treat. Oh, look at this. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
lucky dog. Okay, buddy. Oh, yeah,
Want this?
yeah. Get your biscuit.
Do you want this?
Get your biscuit. Oh, yes, look.
Yeah, it says. Oh, yeah.
Gotta stop at Culver's. We don't have these back home in Maryland. This is the birthday treat for the birthday boy, Culver's. Actually,
Tucker says thank you.
I got a
thank you.
double treat. I got her with the hair, and then I get the Culver's. That's a double treat. Lucky me on my birthday. Well, good morning, Getaway Nation. It's about 6:30 in the morning. We're a day of trying to keep it quiet. Katrina's in the back still sleeping. We drove about 8 to 10 hours yesterday. Pulled over around 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 6:30 in the morning. We still got an 18-hour drive, and my tooth is killing me. I am in so much pain.
It's been bothering me for about a month now, but lately, like last night, I couldn't sleep. It was that bad. I took a few leave to help, but I don't know what's going on. And I got to get back even sooner to try to get to the dentist. And their office is closed on Fridays. So today is Wednesday. So if we can make it back early tomorrow, Thursday, hopefully I can have the dentist take a look at what's going on. I'm in pain. It hurts real bad. We're about ready to roll out. Here at 6:30, we pulled over off of Interstate 70. Interstate 70 will take us straight home. So we're gonna pull out here as soon as the coffee's finished and make our way. We still got 18 hours to drive, so we could do about 12 to 14 hours today. And then get back in, or hopefully get in early on Thursday. It's gonna be a long day.
What's going on, Getaway Nation? Well, we made it back. We did it. We rolled in around 3:30 this morning after a long day's drive. My tooth is hurting. I am going to ride into town and have the dentist look at it. Something bad's going on. Katrina's still inside the RV, sleeping, taking it easy. Feels good to be back. We got a lot of things to do, and it's a beautiful day, and I'm in pain, so I'm going to check in with you guys later so I can get down and see exactly what's going on with my tooth, because it's brutal. But anyway, for right now, I got to go. Okay, so it looks like I have an infection, and it's possible that one of the my tooth in the back, I think it's tooth number 18, is it's capped off. It's got a crown on it. I may have fractured the tooth. So they referred me to another doctor who will look at it and may have to redo the root canal. And if he looks at it and thinks it's fractured and thinks the tooth needs to be pulled out, then we're going to come back here to Dr. Janlu and have it removed. But for right now, I can get some medication to deal with the pain. And until I get it evaluated, I don't know whether it's going to be fixed or whether it's going to be pulled out. But at least I got something for the pain, because I haven't eaten in the last 2 days. And it's been that difficult to try to eat. Nothing over the counter, no over the counter medication has been able to help me out. So at least now I know what the problem is and I can treat it.